Are you thinking about writing a revenge story or a vengeful character? Then you've come to the right place. Because today, I'm sharing 4 types of revenge stories to write. So be sure to stick around. Let's get started. Hey guys, Nour here, and welcome back to my channel. For those visiting for the first time, hello! I'm the fantasy author of the novel Divinity Falling. Be sure to subscribe for weekly writing advice videos. So let's talk about the 4 types of revenge stories. We all love a good revenge story, at least I know I do. There's something so entertaining about watching a character go after the person that wronged them. I think what's great about revenge stories is that the premise is in itself a conflict. The character wants something, and in order to get it, they must hurt someone. We know there's action, we know there's going to be high tension, and we know our character might get reckless. It's great, but not all revenge stories are the same. Or at least, not all revenge stories end the same. And that's what we're diving into today. Because after all revenge stories start the same, with the main character wanting vengeance. But what differs is how their journey ends. Now, I previously made a video about how to write a revenge story that is believable and exciting. You can find it in the card here. So I highly recommend checking that out for detailed tips on how to write a revenge story. For now, let's dive into the 4 types of revenge stories to write. Number 1, the revenge story that has a good cause. When I think of this type of revenge, Batman always comes to mind. In wanting to avenge his parents, he becomes a hero. Many crime stories also fall into this category. For example, you might have a cop going rogue and avenging his family by hunting down their killer. In doing so, he stops more crimes from happening. In other words, we root for the hero to get revenge, not just because we want them to be happy, but also because we want the criminal to stop hurting others. Number 2, the revenge story where the protagonist gets vengeance but still feels empty. This is where the protagonist thinks revenge will give them closure, but in the end, they're still miserable and realize that revenge won't make things the way they were. I love this type of revenge because the character starts out with a goal, but by the end, they realize accomplishing that goal isn't really the answer. It won't bring them happiness. And I think in that discovery, they finally learn what might actually bring them happiness. Number 3, the revenge story where the protagonist doesn't actually go through with their plan. This is where they do everything in their power to find the enemy and get their vengeance. They might even set things in motion, like blackmailing their enemy and secretly following them around. But by the end, they realize that revenge isn't really worth it. Somewhere in their journey, they learn that an eye for an eye is only going to keep the cycle of hatred going. So they decide to end it with them. An example of this is the main character discovering that their enemy only hurt them because their father hurt the enemy's father first. And number 4, the revenge story that is served in a comedic fashion. This type of revenge is more lighthearted and usually doesn't end in battle or bloodshed. So people typically don't die or get hurt. Rather, the antagonist gets hit by karma and gets a taste of their own medicine. I see this type of revenge a lot in rom-coms or just general comedies, but it works. So that's all I have for you today. I'd love to know which type of revenge story is your favorite to write. Let me know in the comments. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I put out weekly writing advice videos that will take your story to the next level. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media to see what I'm up to from day to day and to chat with me. And before we go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sarah Frayne and Alan J. Early from my shoutouts here over on Patreon, as well as all my amazing patrons. Thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate you. And remember, Nour for president!